This story is going to be great fun.
Here we go. Chapter 1.
I have a short story. You might not believe it was round about midnight one cold New Year's Eve. I was home all alone to watch the princess ball. My parents had gone to shop at the mall. They said shopping was great. Before the clock struck 11, they would buy 84 gifts, which is 12 times 7. Yes, they were buying me gifts, a fish rod and a hook to make me forget about the number thief crook. So who was the number thief? That's something you will ask. Was he scary? Or did he wear a Mickey Mouse mask? What do you think? The number thief was a girl who was really uncool, who tried to steal numbers from my notebook in school. My homework and classwork, they all started looking bad. Every time she showed up, it just made me so mad. But this time I promised to catch her like a cat catches mice. Little girl who stole numbers, who was never a bit nice. This year was the end. This year it would be done. Just like 112 equals
12 times 1.
Time for some math.
Chapter 1. Challenge 1. If I visited your house once a month for the past 5 years, how many times did I ransack your house in total?
Ooh, if the number thief visited your house once a month for 5 years, every month in the last 5 years. So your challenge is to tell us how many times did the number thief loot your house, ransack your house. Yes, we already have the correct answer.
Chapter 1, Challenge 1, and the answer is 12 times 5, 60.
Okay, so every year has how many months? 12 months. And the number thief visited for 5 years every month. So how many times did he visit in all? So the answer was 12 times 5, that is 60. So chapter 2. Midnight was coming.
5 minutes away.
The year was concluding.
They'd all scream hooray!
Ooh, fireworks ready
To boom in my ear.
5 minutes to midnight to start the new year. But before the year changed, before the countdown, I heard the most terrible, horrible sound. A knock on my door and then some loud kicks. A robber was out there. The number thief with his tricks. The worst sound I had heard since I had been alive. Just like the 60 seconds on a clock is
12 times 5.
Yes, the thief was outside in the chilly night air. She was out in the cold with no wish to be fair. I ran to the door and looked out the peephole. I knew when I saw her, she had the biggest mole. Number thief was right out there and looking real ugly. wearing a Christmas cap. So it was New Year actually. I felt pretty sick at the sight in my view. Like 11 times 12 is
132. Time for math. Chapter 2, Challenge 1. If I paid rupees 12 for my Christmas cap and bought 7 of these, how much money did I spend in all?
Challenge 2. If the number thief bought the Christmas cap for rupees 12, yeah, here is that fun Christmas cap. And he bought 7 of those. So how many did he spend in all? One cap for rupees 12. How much money for the 7? Yes, the correct answer is 12 times 7 is 84.
12 times 7 is 84. Chapter 3.
The thief screamed, "Let me in!
Let me in!
I'm really too cold. It's New Year's Eve. No grudge you should hold." The thief assured she has changed. She has given up crime and she worked making pizza at least half of the time. I called her a liar because she lied every day. She wouldn't come in, no how and no way. 48 bangs she banged on my door, and 48 is always a
12 times 4.
The thief begged and she pleaded. She promised with feeling. Her New Year's resolution had been to give up stealing. But my resolution was to keep the thief out. This year would be different, is what I did yell out. I yelled at the thief. I was really excited. My resolution made sure the thief was not invited. This year will be awesome, the best out so far. I shouted so loudly, right in the thief's right ear. 12 times 9 shouts, and it really felt great because 12 times 9 is
108.
time for some math.
Chapter 3, Challenge 1. If you shouted in my left ear 12 times 7 times, and then in my right ear 12 times 3 times, how many times did you shout in my ear in all?
Ooh, what is this? If you shouted in the thief's left ear 12 times 7 times, and in the right ear 12 times 3 times. How many times did you shout in all? Something to think. Yes, we have our answer, 120. So, the total times you shouted is 12 times 7 added to 12 times 3. That is 84 added to 36. That makes it 120. Chapter 4. I locked all the locks and chain shut the door. Alarm the alarm. And I felt quite secure. I ran up the stairs, leaving the thief in the cold. Sat safe in my room. I was feeling quite bold.
Don't put it so loud.
4 minutes till midnight to the newest of year. When something crazy happened, that stirred up my fears. Something bad happened that scared me to the core. Like 12 times 2 is just
24.
The thief was outside. The glass window pane banging so hard like sleet or cold rain. She banged many times at an astonishing pace that she was freezing. There was snow on her face.
Please let me in. It's the right thing to do. All the things I have just said are totally true. I won't steal your numbers, so just let me in. Let's celebrate New Year. You and me, it's a win. I won't steal your numbers. No number thief tricks. Like 12 times 8 is a quick
96.
time for math. Chapter 4, Challenge 1.
If the number thief banged on my window 12 times, then 24 times, then 36 times, then 48 times. How many times would she bang the door now if she follows a pattern? She banged on my door for the first time 12 times, then 24 times, then 36 times, then 48 times. How many times is she going to bang now? Yes, following the pattern 12, 24, 36, 48, we have 60. All the multiples of 12.
Chapter 5.
I felt kind of bad. The heat was sure freezing. The air was really cold. The wind was fast freezing. So I opened the window and the thief wiggled through. But the things that he did were things no one should do. The thief jumped to the floor with a thud sound. A mean look in her eyes as she gazed all around.
I have come to steal numbers. It's not a surprise. How didn't you know? I was telling you lies. Now I will tell you just how I am feeling. This new year will be amazing. A great year for stealing.
She ran for my notebook that sat up on my shelf. Said she was feeling like stealing some 12s.
I don't steal your cash. I don't steal your money. I only steal numbers like 12 times 10 is
120.
time for some math. Chapter 5, Challenge 1.
If the number thief began stealing my numbers at 11:47. If the number thief began stealing at 11:47 and promised not to stop for 24 minutes, what time would it be when she finally stopped stealing? Think. Chapter 5, Challenge 1. If the thief began stealing at 11:47 on the clock and did not stop for 24 minutes, she kept stealing all my numbers from all my notebooks, from all the things around the house. She started at 11:47 and went on for 24 minutes. What time would it be when she finally stopped? Yes, I have a mathematician. Correct answer is she will stop at 12:11. You want to know how we did that? So the thief started at 11 hours 47 minutes and she continued stealing for 24 minutes. So if you add 47 minutes and 24 minutes, you get 71 minutes. But 71 minutes is 60 minutes plus 11 minutes. 60 minutes is an hour. So we had 11 plus 1 hour, 12 and 11 minutes. The challenge is getting tougher. The number thief is very, very cruel.
Chapter 6.
I told the thief, no way. I worked on too long and I tackled her down. I knew she was wrong. The thief wiggled away and grabbed my notebook. I gave him my dirtiest, my meanest, cruel look. She opened the book and pulled out a
12.
threw it down in her bag like a mean little elf. This was too much for my mind to endure. Just like 12 times 12 is
144.
I ran for my notebook. I grabbed it right back. I told her she better get out or get smacked. Then the thief spun around, declared sweet number war, a war that I would win. I just didn't want it go afar. The thief said she would ask a question about my math fact. If I got it all right, she would give my numbers back.
If you got it right, you would get a reprieve. If you got it all right, I would get up and leave. But if you got it wrong, you would see, I would steal all your numbers, your newer year, and just leave 20.
Oh, the thief said she will steal the 21, my new year, 2021. She will take away the 21 and leave me with just 20. But I promised I would answer her questions to give her defeat. 2020 or 21. Victory is always sweet. 1 minute till midnight and she screamed,
36.
I was tired of her New Year Eve tricks. I said 36, you will have to agree. It's simply and always a 12 times 3.
Chapter 6. Challenge 1. If I ask 4 math questions every hour
From
between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., how many math questions did I ask in total?
Ooh, if the number thief asked 4 questions every hour between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. She kept on asking me from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in every hour. She asked me 4 questions. So how many math questions did she ask me in all? Yes, we have the correct answer. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. means 12 hours. In 1 hour, she asked me 4 questions. So in 12 hours, she asked me 12 times 4. That's 48 questions.
Chapter 7.
The thief lit up like a firework, and then from her nose flew white hot green sparks that rained on her toes.
30 more seconds.
Until the New Year's Day. But the thief didn't give up. She still wanted to play.
48.
Screamed the thief loudly as she stood there and glowed. She was glowing quite brightly like a bioluminescent toad. 20 seconds to go before midnight. 48. The thief said softly. I laughed more and more. 48 is so easy. It's always a 12 times 4.
20 seconds to go.
Before midnight came, I had defeated the thief and her stealing number game. The thief screamed
Happy New Year!
and gave me a hug, and the sparks from her nose almost burned up my rug. But the thief wasn't quite done. She still had some tricks. Said she had forgotten to ask me,
What's 12 times 6?
and when I gave her the answer, she sparked her last spark. She flew high in the sky, lighting up the night's dark. The answer I gave up was like a cow just says moo. I said 12 times 6 is always, what is it? 12 times 6 is always a 72.
Chapter 7, Challenge 1. If I flew into the sky at 12 km per hour and I traveled for 6 hours, how far did I travel?
Ooh, so when the number thief flew into the sky, she did that at a speed of 12 kilometers per hour. In 1 hour, she traveled 12 kilometers. In how much distance did she travel in 6 hours? One more time for Aradhya. If the number thief flew into the sky at a speed of 12 kilometers per hour and she traveled for 6 hours. Yes, how far did she travel? Yes, 72 kilometers. 12 times 6 is 72. Chapter 8. My parents came home from their trip to the mall. Would they believe my thief story? Would they believe it at all? They returned to our home as the thief flew through the sky. Had they finally seen that number thief guy? They opened the front door exactly at midnight, screamed Happy New Year as they flipped the front door lights. I told them to hurry, to look quick to the stars. If they did, they could witness the thief flying near Mars. They looked at the sky, but the thief wasn't there. They did see some fireworks that boomed through the air. Why couldn't they see him? See her? It didn't make sense. They had eyes just like me. It made me feel so tense. I told them what happened. The thief had arrived. In time for the new year, I had barely survived. By answering the math facts, multiples of 12. The 12's multiples, just like some cowboys rope colts or ride bulls. They put me to bed, said the new year is there. Said it was probably a good time to stop telling old lies. If I didn't, they said, I would have time out all year. Then they closed my room's door with a kind of mean leer. I lay there in bed. Would they ever see the thief? If they saw him, they would believe, and that would be a relief. I lay there all quiet and feeling depressed. Why couldn't they see the thief? I was feeling distressed. When I glanced at the clock for the first time that year, I wasn't surprised. The 12 wasn't there. My new year! He stole it! Chapter 8, Challenge 1. It's a real tough one.
Did you like this story?
Yeah, we got Nihit's 2 thumbs up. How did you like the story? You can all type in. Yeah, thank you, Devina. So that was our number thief. What do you think? Was the number thief real? Or was he part of just the little one's imagination? Did he really steal the 12? Or was this all a trick for me to teach you the table of 12? So did we realize that we were learning the table of 12? No, we didn't. So it would be fun if all of you tried writing a little story, a little poem about maths or about a multiplication table, and you used lot of rhyming words. So we study maths, we study English, and we have a lot of fun. Okay. Ashish, you have any questions? We would love to answer. Hello, Himansh has no questions. Ruchit has any question? Yes, Nate wants to ask something. And all the audience who are watching us live on Facebook, they can type in their questions. We would love to get back. We have lot of young ones. We have lot of others who have joined us for the session. So for all the parents and the educators who are with us together, I would like to mention why we tried doing a story to teach maths, to teach multiplication table, and not just do it the easy way. You know, the first thing is that everybody loves stories. All kids love hearing, listening to stories. We all love reading stories. And stories make grasping and learning effortless. It is very easy. It is fun. And integrating math and language is critical to the development of the cognitive connections in the brain. So all the kids out there, when you listen to stories or when you make up your stories, which have maths, which have science, which have all other concepts, then you learn better. Yes? Yeah, so iGenPod is letting all of you know the reason if you're not understanding what is happening, because it was a thriller. So, you know, when you watch a thriller movie and you reach at the end and you get to know everything that had to happen, then it definitely makes no sense. So we did a thriller story which had maths, which had a lot of interesting fun. So maybe next time you can join in on time.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for taking time out. Thank you